The podcast you're about to listen to has content that may be distressing to some listeners. Be sure to check the description below for content warnings. And now, a poem by Lauran Woolley.
Not by Lauran Woolley. By AI. In the style of Edgar Allan Poe. Content warning. Shadows of the Heart. Dear listener, you enter a realm where the burdens of teaching intertwine with the delicate dance of love. Within echoes of toil, passion, and perseverance may stir your soul and awaken specters of tension and truth. Take heed, for these reflections may cut deep, as the raven's claw upon the heart. Venture forth if you dare, but tread carefully. There is no turning back. Also, happy early birthday, Edgar Allan Poe!
We talked about the difference between maternity leave here in the US versus Japan. They get 2 years of maternity leave.
Holy Lord.
I know. I'm like, 2 years? We're lucky if we get 6 weeks.
So, Jordan, you want to move to Japan for, like, maybe the next 5 years of our life. So, starting the episode right here. Okay.
Hi, everybody. We're so excited. You could join us at We Are Fine. You're getting a behind-the-scenes look today because we were originally just supposed to start, but Lauran was so upset that we didn't clap that we are going to now clap. Are you ready to clap?
It's part of my routine now.
I know, so we're going to clap.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Yay!
Listen,
we are fine.
You've gotten back on track. Before you were like going to like early.
Know. That was not, I don't know. I was in a dark space at that time, apparently, in my life.
Are you fine?
I don't know. I guess I wasn't.
But you are
because
now?
Because my claps were not in sync.
Are your claps in sync now?
Yes, we're back. Oh, wait!
That's Backstreet Boys.
I know, but it was too perfect not to use.
Okay. Speaking of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Yes.
Okay, so currently, while we're filming this episode, it's December 5th, and my students have been requesting holiday music, so I've been playing it. And the like NSYNC Christmas song came on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, NSYNC." And I looked at my student teacher, and she was like confused. I was like, "NSYNC?" I'm like, "Do you know who NSYNC is?" And she was like, "Because she's young, like she's in college."
I'm literally
and she was
melting
like,
in my
"No,
chair
who's
right
NSYNC?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna go build my coffin now." Like, I felt so old. I looked at her. I was like, I'm not that much older than you. I'm like, you are not.
That hurts.
Like, you're not like decades younger than me. That like you might not have known who NSYNC is. No, it's funny though, because like I do the same thing with Casey because
hurts.
Casey's never seen the Harry Potter movies, and like we know what Harry Potter house we are, like
the type of wand you have.
Yeah, we know all that because we're Harry Potter fans.
Yeah,
but like she's like, "Nah, I've never seen him." I was like, like I had to clutch my pearls because I was so distraught that she had never seen Harry Potter.
I am mad at your teacher bestie and co-teacher right now.
Listen, it's okay. I'm gonna try.
Angry with you too.
I'm gonna try to have like a girls' night and have like a movie marathon.
You better. I am upset.
If they're up to it. I mean, I'm not gonna force them to watch it, but like
I am visibly shook.
Oh, okay. I have to tell this because Casey laughs at this too.
Yes. Okay.
So back during Halloween, they had these like Hershey's Harry Potter, like mini candies, and when you opened the candy,
it told you your house.
It told you what Harry Potter house you had. So it was like literally imprinted into the chocolate. And I brought one to school one day, and I tossed it at Casey and said, "Here, like, see what Harry Potter house you are." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Open it. It'll tell you what Harry Potter house you are, what Hogwarts house you're in." And she was like, "Okay." And she opens it. I can't even say it with a straight face. She opens it and she goes, "What's Gryphonor?" I was like, "Gryffindor."
Gryphonor.
Gryffindor. I'm not even exaggerating that. She said Gryffindor.
I am now going to work the hardest I've ever worked in my life to make a fictitious parody universe, and Gryffindor will be a house.
Okay, so we have Gryffindor,
Hogglepoof, Slytherin,
And hold on, wait. Let me do the last one.
Okay, you got it.
Let's see. Ravenclaw.
Eh,
No, that was bad. What's yours? What would you do?
I would do.
So we got Hogglepoof.
Hogglepoof is
okay,
funny.
But you did Slytherin. That's not that different.
Yeah, but I was coming off the high energy of Hogglepoof. I was able to just throw that in underneath.
Hogglepoof, Slytherin, and Reubenclue.
I like that. That's
there you
good.
go.
See, this is what
okay,
we
so we have
workshop.
Gryphonor, Hogglepoof,
Slytherin,
and Reubenclue.
and Reubenclue.
Is it Reubenclue or Reuvenclue?
Yes, it's Reubenclue.
Reubenclue.
Because
like a Rubik's Cube?
the house symbol and the mascot of the house is a Reuben sandwich. I love Reuben sandwiches.
And they
I
take
had one in DC, actually.
And they have a whole shelf dedicated to murder mystery games.
I like that.
Reubenclue.
Reubenclue.
I feel like we could talk about this forever.
I was going to say, we could, and we need to move on because this is just going to keep circling.
All right, so put in the comments which of the... Okay, wait, what's Hogwarts called in our alternate universe?
Hogwarts. What's another word for warts? Oh my god. Swine boil.
Ew, no. Ew.
No.
Ew.
Oh, we got a visceral reaction
awful.
with that.
Yeah, that just is nasty.
It's my parody comedy universe.
Okay, but I don't want it to be swine... What?
Swine boil.
No, give me a better one.
Swine bunion?
No.
Swine tag.
How about... No. Why do we have to use swine? Can't we use like pig?
Hog.
Piggy?
Swine. Piggy boil? No, I don't. That makes me sad.
A piggy boil. No.
No.
Piggy.
Piggy cyst?
Ew. Can you get away from the skin?
Diseases?
Are they disease? They're not diseases.
They're technically diseases, yeah.
Okay, fine. Well, skin ailments. Can you get away from those? Skin.
Oh.
I don't even know. Misfortunes.
Skin misfortune.
What about like farts?
Piggy farts.
Instead of Hogwarts,
I feel like you just wanted to throw fart in there.
Pig
so
farts.
Fine, it can be piggy fart.
Piggy farts.
I'm more of a fan of swine boil, but
Welcome to the school of witchcraft and wizardry.
Witterdry. No,
Witterdry.
It's Witterdry. Just Piggy Farts, the
Welcome
school
to
of Witterdry.
welcome to Piggy Farts, the school of witchcraft and Witterdry.
Not witchcraft, just Witterdry.
Wishcraft.
Ooh.
Wishcraft and Witterdry.
All right.
You could be part of Gryffindor,
Hogglepoof.
Hogglepoof, Slytherin, or Reubenclue. So decide in the comments what house you're in.
And guess what, everybody? We just got the word. It's coming over the air. Hulu's picking this up for its first season, 2032. Executive co-produced.
And it's going to be like a game show kind of, but like almost like real life. Or real world.
It's gonna be a reality show.
Yeah, oh, thank you. A reality show. I couldn't think of the word. It's gonna be a reality show, kind of like Real World.
Yeah.
But we're gonna pick 300 students to live in a school.
And one of them's gonna be a demon Witterd.
Named
Vagama.
Sure. All right. Anyway. Wow, that took a turn. So I think it's just about time to get into our guest for today.
I think we had enough of an intro.
We're gonna skip the small talk.
That had nothing to do with the rest of the show.
Let's get into today's guest because we have honestly one of my favorite people on the internet, and if you don't follow her, you should. Fancy Nancy in 5th, Nancy Chung. She is a phenomenal human, the kindest person ever, so creative, and just an all-around amazing person. I am so excited to have her and talk about all of the different experiences that she's had and trips she's taken and just so many unique perspectives that she brings to the conversation from like her school and other schools she's visited. So you guys are in for a real treat today. But let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, everybody, we are here with the Fancy Nancy in fifth,
Yay.
Nancy Chung. I'm so excited. Hi, I was just
Hello.
on Nancy's podcast actually not too long ago, and we had a blast. It was Nancy, Josh Monroe, and myself, and we were chatting for like over an hour about anything and everything. It was great. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So we're super excited for you to be here on our show also. So thank you for being here. And
Thank you
you're
so much for
still in your
having me.
classroom, right?
Yes,
You like just finished a school day.
Yep. I kicked all the kids out. I'm like, hurry up, I have things to do. And here I am.
You're a trooper, because I would be exhausted if I had to go straight into filming a podcast right after work.
And I was going to say, ma'am, you had a 2-hour delay today, too.
I did have a 2-hour delay today, so I got to sleep in.
Oh, yeah.
No, this was the part I was looking forward to all day. So thank you.
Hey, thank you.
And Nancy, so when we were talking on her podcast, because we're both 5th grade teachers, so we were kind of comparing classes and stuff. You have 36 kids, right?
36 students all at once.
Isn't that wild?
Because you have what? You're in a...
I have a co-taught class.
Yeah, of 17?
Of 20. No, I wish.
Oh.
No, I have a co-taught class of 29.
29.
On a day when everybody's there, because 90%
Oh.
of the time somebody's absent.
Yeah.
So, at most we usually have like 26.
That's just a lot, I think, for one
It is
teacher
a
to
lot.
handle.
It is a lot.
Right? I know.
Nancy is a beast when it comes to education. So I'm super excited for you to share your wealth of knowledge with, our listeners as well. But if you want to take a second and just tell about yourself, what kind of content you make, and what kind of got you into doing social media.
So my name's Nancy Chung, also known as Fancy Nancy in Fifth on TikTok and Instagram. I didn't know that this whole teacher community existed on social media until I kept on posting all of my teacher content on my personal content. And one of my friends said, there is like a community of teachers. Like if you want to post your teacher stuff, why don't you create a public teacher account and just upload everything there? I'm like, what? I didn't know that. And then once I discovered like one person, I was like searching hashtags and I found so many amazing teachers and educators on Instagram. And I started sharing like fun ideas that I do in my classroom in my 5th grade class, but also like classroom decorations because I love like just decking out my classroom just because I spend so much time in my room. I want to make it beautiful. So I have a big couch in my room. Every wall is different. And so I started sharing like classroom setup and classroom decor kind of content. And it just kind of blew up from there.
I love it. And I 100% agree with that. My classroom is not this. It's not, your classroom is very like peaceful and cozy. My classroom is more like funky and like fun.
Yeah.
Oh, colorful.
But like, yeah, like all colorful, but I feel the same way about that. I feel like I spend so much of my time in that room, and so do the kids. Like, why not make it a space that you want to be in?
Right.
Yeah,
so my students walk in and they're like, oh, it feels like a home. I'm like, it is our home. This is our home. And we're a family.
Exactly. It does.
Oh my God, I
your
love
classroom
that.
does feel like a home. Like, I feel like I could live in your classroom.
Please come live in my classroom.
I will.
No,
I will. I'll
I was
come
gonna
camp out
say,
on the couch.
I'm so jealous of kids today because I remember when we were in school, it was like little like
Classrooms
just
didn't look like that.
straight rows, and it was
Yeah.
just like the most bland room you can be in. Just a couple posters, the cat hanging off the tree, hang in there, and that was like it. And then like your classroom, like man, I wish I was a 5th grader to have like an awesome classroom like this.
Listen, times have changed, and I think a lot of teachers are trying to make their classrooms really like enjoyable places for their students to be.
I know every once in a while, when you'll do like your classroom stuff, you'll get somebody in the comment who like hates on it, and it's like this is too much. Like kids need to pay attention.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
just see that. I'm like, I think someone's a little jealous. They didn't get to grow up because it's always an older white guy that's posting about that.
It happens. I mean, I get it. Like
Yeah.
my classroom is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But like, I mean, I ask my students their opinion of things. Like I'll ask them like, do you guys like when I do this? Do you like this stuff? Would you rather me change this? And I mean, I try to incorporate some of the things that they suggest, and a lot of the times they really like, the things that we have in our classroom, and they feel like at home there. So,
Yeah.
but your classroom, I feel like every time I turn around, you have some amazing project displayed somewhere in your classroom.
Oh, fake. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. AI generated. No, just kidding.
No, I know. No, I know because you have the receipts, Nancy. You make the videos to prove that you have like you're so creative. And I just like, where do you come up with do you come up with all of this yourself, or do you get inspiration from other people, or is it kind of a mixture?
A little bit of everything. I was an art education major, so I started out, wanting to be an art teacher, and so since I went into like multiple subject, I try to incorporate art into everything I do, and I love technology, so that's what I try to do. And I borrow and steal ideas from Instagram and TikTok and make it my own. And every year I do the project, I just feel like I make it better and I add something else to it. And each year it just gets bigger and better. And the students are amazing. My students are amazing, and they're able to do it, to create it. So
yeah, you have some awesome. So my co-teacher Casey, she and I are very different. I'm very type A. She's more type B, but she's the crafty one in the teacher bestie relationship. And I showed her your page because I was like, hey, like you need to look at her account because she has so many cute ideas that you would totally be amazing at like implementing in our room. Because I know myself, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses. Like I can draw and like I can do art, but when it comes to like crafting things, like I had to do I partner with Cricut a lot, and like I decided to make a scrapbook for one of my campaigns, and it was literally like me being angry at my scrapbook because I was bad at scrapbooking.
I came down. You were so upset. I could hear you yelling from the basement. And I was just I think I'm going to make... it was right before Thanksgiving, and I made like a little impromptu, like little pre-Thanksgiving dinner and everything. I'm like, here you go.
You brought me dinner while I was working on my scrapbook.
A glass of wine and everything. I was just like, I'm just going to...
Sympathy meal.
Yes. So I showed her your page, and we fell in love with because we're working on ecosystems and biomes right now. So like your apex predator art project.
Oh, yeah. The paper collage.
Yes. She's like, okay, we're doing this. I'm like, that sounds fantastic. We'll do that.
Hey, whatever you need, I'll send it your way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure. We're going to check it out because I also love art, and I love being able to incorporate like crafts and projects because that's what makes learning fun is when you do more hands-on activities. And how do you find the time? Like what is your schedule like that you are able to do so many? Because it's not even like you're just doing like one project every now and then. Like you have projects for everything. And I think that you're such an inspiration in terms of like, you're like, and I said this on your show too, but I truly do mean it. Like I am so inspired by the teacher that you are. And I hope to be this kind of teacher someday that can make these experiences for my students and like go above and beyond like that. It's just so impressive to me.
My head is inflating so much. I'm like filling up the screen.
It should. You deserve to.
Well, okay. So this is my 28th year of teaching. So I've been teaching for a while. So I know the 5th grade content pretty well. So I think I'm having to study the standards and content a lot less because I've been doing it for a while. I also don't sleep. And my own kids are all grown up, and I'm an empty nester. So only person I have to really worry about is my husband, who I don't worry about. And then I just have to worry about taking care of my dog. And that's it. So I pour a lot of my time and attention on my students. And, like some people are like, you need to have a life outside of school. Well, I do. I work hard and play hard, but I really maximize my time that I have. And it's fun for me. And this is my creative outlet. So it works. Yeah.
And your school's very much like that as well, isn't it? I mean, I see all the time you're posting, like they have like all kinds of family events and,
like tonight
things to celebrate students.
Exactly. We have like an entrepreneur fair tonight. So as soon as I'm done recording, I have to hop on over to the middle school side because all these students, elementary and middle school students, have set up their own shops. And so I'm going to go shop. Yeah. We have like international fair where all the different cultures represented at our school like set up a booth, and it's just we have this huge sense of community, and
I love
everyone
that.
like shines in their own element, whatever they're good at, what they love doing. So I just feel so blessed to be here.
That is
I
phenomenal.
love the little entrepreneur fair.
Yes.
That
I
is so
know.
cool.
I feel like that's something that we could do at my school
Yeah.
because their kids are constantly making little crafts and things and wanting to sell like their little items. Like in our class store, I had kids last year that were like, okay, we were making these like puffy iPhone like makeshift squishies. Can we sell them in the store? And I was like, sure. Like if you want to put them in the class store, like go for it.
So, okay, so you know how we talked about class economy before, and
Yeah.
I know you guys are developing this amazing like financial literacy, things with your
Yeah.
program too. So we have like classroom economy as well. And so instead of
Mhm.
just having the store or like an auction, we have something called a bizarre bazaar. So it's like so I like that name,
Yeah.
bizarre bazaar. And they have to spell it right too, which is, tricky. And
Yeah.
so it's like a smaller version of the entrepreneur fair where they have
Yeah.
to set up shop and they sell and buy things using our classroom economy.
Oh,
We
I
talk
freaking
about
That
love
is
setting the margin.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some kids who don't have money, they're like, what do we do? Like maybe somebody will hire you to work at their shop while they go shopping. So
Yeah.
we do all of that. So it's just so much fun. And
That is
and teachers
amazing.
don't have to spend any money. Like kids will
Yeah.
buy and sell
Right.
things from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, kids will make all kinds of things to
Mhm.
sell. Like those little like friendship bracelets, they're
Mhm.
constantly getting traded back and forth and
Like the water
just
balloon stress balls
everything.
that they decorate, like little
Yes.
hairpins or baseball cards. Like sometimes they'll like bring in like sports cards, baseball cards, or things that they have. It doesn't have to
Like
be.
trading cards,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Like Pokemon. Pokemon was big
Yes, those are
last year.
popular. Mhm.
Yes. Oh,
Yep.
that's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
feel like I
awesome.
want to
Yeah.
do that. I also kind of thought about making a job in my classroom, almost like a delivery person. Like people would buy their items that they wanted, like order their items they wanted to purchase, and then that person's job would be to like fulfill the orders. But I thought that would be kind of cute
Yeah.
with the format that we use. But I love the bizarre bazaar.
I
Like
know.
that's
Silly
so
name.
fun. That's so fun. Well, see, I mean, that's just a testament to like how amazing of a teacher you are, because that's just like so creative and amazing. I love that. That's so fun. Your students have to love you. I can't imagine, coming into your 5th grade class and being in a bad mood ever, because you just always seem like you care so much about your students and them enjoying learning.
Well, don't ask them today. I was a little
Oh.
stressed and on the edge today because we had so many things happening. We have
Yeah.
a program called DARE, like drug abuse
Yeah,
resistance
yeah.
education. Yeah. So we had our DARE graduation in the morning. We had our hearing and vision screening test today. We had like
Oh,
my
yeah.
student teacher was getting
Man.
up like constantly, and so I was a little on the edge. So if you ask them today, they might be like, she's a little
Oh.
scary. No, but
That
I think
if
they-
it makes
I
you
think they
feel
love
any
it.
better,
yeah.
I was the same way this morning. I was in a good mood with like going to school because we had a 2-hour delay. But then when I got there, like, because I'm putting on an event at school for the families this weekend. We do a bear breakfast, so it's like a holiday breakfast, and there's all kinds of like activities for families to do and things like that. And I'm one of the people in charge of it. So like one of the other people on our committee, she got hurt. She fell on her icy stairs and got hurt. And so she's out. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, we'll take care of it. It'll be fine. Like you worry about getting better. But then reality set in and I was like, oh crap, now I have to do all this stuff and I'm panicking. I'm like, it's Saturday. So like
Oh no.
the kids knew I was stressing out. But yeah, it was it was rough. First thing this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And then we did like our reading lesson and the kids were just like so impressive. And I was like, see, I knew you guys were going to make me feel better because I'm like, I just was so impressed by your answers. So yeah, they get it though. They know we're human. But yeah, okay. So I know Jordan is really excited to talk about this with you because
Yes.
I mentioned to him that over this summer you went to Japan, correct?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And I saw
so-
all the food videos
Oh,
and all
yeah.
like the gorgeous scenery you got to
low-key
see.
stalking
I'm
you on
so
that
jealous.
trip.
So I'm a self-proclaimed foodie. So if you travel with me,
Yeah.
I will make you try all sorts of different things.
I am also a foodie.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, I will try everything. But yeah, we wanna hear about
Yeah.
Japan and your trip.
Okay, so it was through an organization called Bookback Tours, and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're planning this trip." And originally, it was going to start out with a teacher cruise, and that is going to still happen this following summer. But last summer, it didn't happen, and they
Mhm.
invited me to go on a different trip. And I can't remember how many countries. I think there are like over 20 countries that they send teachers out to. And so, and you don't have to be a teacher. You could be, I mean, we had some librarians join, we had some spouses join too.
Nice.
But teachers from all over the US and some from Canada like got together. And I believe our group was a group of 20 teachers. And we went to Japan. We actually got to visit 3 different Japanese schools, which were my favorite parts. And we got to meet with the staff and ask them questions and ask them about, some of the challenges that they're facing and some of the struggles and how they're overcoming that. And we talked about our struggles and, after COVID, like how we're dealing with certain things, what issues we're noticing. And one of the principals said what they're dealing with is absenteeism. And I was like, us too. And so we
Yeah.
talked about that. We talked about the difference between maternity leave here in the US versus Japan. They get 2 years of maternity leave.
Holy Lord.
I know. I'm like, 2 years. We're lucky if we get 6
All right.
weeks.
So Jordan, you want to move to Japan for like maybe the next 5 years of our life?
Yeah.
And they'll pay you. And then like when
That's
and then
awesome.
when you come back, they'll help you pay for childcare too.
Oh,
And so
wow.
we're like, wow. So we're talking about all those
That
differences.
is crazy.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So we got to experience not just, like all the touristy places of Japan or like, and learn about the history of Japan, but we also got to visit the schools and talk amongst each other too. So,
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
teachers from like all over Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, California, and all over the US. And so we were talking about how we do things differently and how can we,
Mhm.
help one another and support each other even, across the country too. Yeah.
That's
God,
awesome.
that just sounds
This
amazing.
is so fun.
Yeah.
I think
Teachers gone
going
wild.
to the schools, yeah, I think going to the schools would be so interesting because
Yeah.
I literally, when I say I stalked you, I did. I watched
Oh.
every single one of your story frames because I
There's a
wanted
lot
to be
to-
on that trip with you. It was so informative.
Yeah.
Like she showed like all kinds of like pictures and video of like what their classrooms look like and just like things that are completely normal to them in their classrooms that like American schools never would have ever thought of.
Right. I mean, each desk had, each chair had like a rag hanging underneath because that's what they used to wipe down the floor. One of the classrooms had an actual live axolotl.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
like,
my
"What?"
God.
I got so excited. I was like,
Just
real.
and
Yeah.
the teachers, they all had little desks, like
Uh-huh.
a little office. Like they had
Yeah.
like a giant room, and every teacher had their own desk as like an office
Oh,
space.
like a little office space. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And you can
Yeah.
tell like type A teachers, type B teachers.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember I saw that one because you were like, we all
about to
exist
say,
across the world.
The universal debate across the world. Which type of teacher are you?
Yes. Uh-huh. I'm like,
That
somewhere
was
in the
so
middle.
interesting. And then didn't you post something about like the kids wear like a helmet or like a
Yes.
hard hat?
Yes.
To
So
school?
not in Tokyo, but one of the schools that we visited was in Karazawa, which is in the countryside, and they have volcanoes. And so
Yeah.
all the students wear little yellow helmets to school, and they have these backpacks, and they looked really cute, but I guess they're really expensive. They also are buoyant, so they can actually float. I'm like, why
Oh.
do they need to float? But just in case, like for safety, just in case there's a flood or they've
Okay.
and they all had little bells. I'm like, oh, is that to like
Yeah.
alert like adults, like, oh, there's a kid nearby? And they said, no, that's to scare the bears away. I'm like, what?
Oh
So
my
these little
gosh.
things are
Bears?
Yeah. I'm like, bears? There are bears? Right? I just thought it was just so different. And so like, just like how we have
Yeah.
cubbies in like
Yeah.
the American classrooms, in the back of their classroom, they had all of their helmets lined up and all of their backpacks lined up, and they had unicycles. I'm like, you have a unicycle? Like,
Oh.
yeah. It was just I'm like, where are we right now? It was so cool.
That is, I'm a huge like nerd when it comes to learning about other cultures
Yeah.
and other just like other parts of the world.
No,
Like
I think that's one of my favorite things to do is like just
travel
and learn. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's I always love finding those things that it's like, of course everybody wants to know like what's the thing that's like drastically different than what we do, but finding those unexpected things that is like, oh, like this is like a real commonality between like our cultures and
Yeah.
our like different parts of the world and
Yeah.
everything. So
yeah.
It was so
What
cute.
did you?
Oh,
What did? Oh, go ahead. Go
no, I
ahead.
was going to say, we went into a middle school English class. And so the teacher said, go practice, go talk to these
Yeah.
teachers. And so, like, can you imagine
Oh.
20 teachers coming in, strangers, and
Yeah.
the teacher
Yeah.
says, go practice what you've been learning. But they were so shy.
Oh.
So they would come up and they're like,
Oh.
oh, hello. They would get stuck.
Oh.
So we would ask them
That has-
questions and they're just smiling
Yeah.
and like acting all shy, It was just so fun.
So is that like their? So do they all learn English?
Yes. So every
Okay,
grade
so
level.
kind of like how like we take
Yeah.
like a foreign language in schools. Okay, okay.
It's like embedded into their day. And so they learn Japanese, but they also learn, English too.
That's so cool.
Hey, I'm leading
So-
a trip to Korea next summer, 2025. There's 2 spots left. Right there. You too.
I
wanna go to
want to
Korea?
go. I've been
Yes.
wanting to go so bad. My my best friend growing up, his family's from Korea, and he like he was born in Jersey, but from like his parents and everything that he's learned, and I think he has family that's still over there that comes over and everything, and
His
I've gotten to learn.
cousin.
Yeah, his cousin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So-
that came down.
Long story short, his cousin.
She was
we all
so much
we all
fun,
go to.
and she was so sweet.
Oh yeah, we all go to Myrtle Beach every year because his family has like a little vacation condo down there. So we take our friend group there because it's a free trip
Yeah.
and we can just travel down there and hang out together once a year and get away from like adult life. And his cousin came over to America from Korea for the first time ever
Yes.
Uh-huh.
and came to Myrtle Beach with us. So like we kept asking her all kinds of questions and we were like, okay, so like, what do you think of this? Or what do you think of that? And like, she really hated the food.
Yeah,
she was
well,
like,
I felt so
'cause
bad for her.
everything is so fried.
Well, I was gonna say because that was the problem is like we went to Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach like all the food it's like it's deep fried, it's super salty seafood and
Yeah.
everything,
Oh.
and
or
from,
like Southern comfort food
Yeah.
too.
Too creamy
Some of-
and
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So like when we went to like seafood restaurants, she would like look for things that were not deep fried,
Yep.
I see.
which I'm like, I get it. I'm
Yeah.
like not a huge fan of fried seafood either.
oh yeah,
But it was fun getting to see her experience things
Mhm.
for the first time also. So that was really interesting. But yeah, I would love to go to Korea.
no, absolutely, yeah, because
we're gonna have so much fun.
oh, yeah.
That
I'll be your
oh,
tour
yeah.
guide anytime.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure, for
please.
sure. Okay, so I want to hear about some you sent in some stories that literally almost made me cry. They were so
Oh.
sweet. So I want to hear about your teachers, and then your family's story of coming over to America when you were 10.
Yeah, so my family decided to immigrate to America when I was 10. So I started 5th grade here, and I really think the only 2 English words I knew how to say were hi and bye. And I had to and back then we had the ESL program, but my school didn't really have a lot of students from another country. So it was kind of like sink or swim. And I remember my teacher just kind of like sent me to kindergarten room and just kind of hoped that I would learn how to read and how to speak, speak English
Yeah.
there. And so I believe it was about like 45 minutes a day, 30 to 45 minutes a day. I was sent to my ESL class, and my ESL teacher, Mrs. Weiser, and I still remember she had those like when you think of like an old teacher with like the butterfly glasses with like curly like
Yes.
permed hair, kind of like that stereotypical grandma
was-
teacher.
That
Yup.
was my 2nd grade Sunday school teacher. It
Oh.
was exactly what you described.
Certain smell,
Exactly.
pearl
Like the-
necklace,
Yep.
cardigan.
Yes, the
Mhm.
permed curly hair.
Yep,
She
yep.
would wear this like sweater vest over
Uh-huh.
her skirt and her dress, and then she had on those glasses.
Yep.
She's this little short lady. Oh yeah,
Oh.
So that was Mrs. Weiser, and I still remember how she smelled. It's just all these like memories, and she
yeah.
just made me feel seen and heard. She just made me, because, like, when you don't speak the language, people think you're dumb. They just assume that you are dumb and you don't know anything. And so I just wanted somebody to notice me and not, I was just this invisible person, sitting in my classroom, and it was just like a sponge, just absorbing everything. But whenever I would go to ESL, she would ask me questions. She would have me draw things, and she just really showed me that she cared. And so, even as a 10-year-old, I was like, I love her. She cares about me. I wanted to go to school because of her. And I
That's
know, like, when you
amazing.
were asking about like teachers who've made an impact in my life, like positive or negative, like I'm usually very optimistic and I focus on all the positives. But one teacher, like complete opposite of Mrs. Weiser, when I went up to 7th grade, so this is like 2 years after I came to America, I had to take the states and capitals test. I still remember. And even as an English speaker, it's hard to memorize all 50 states and capitals and the
Yes.
locations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I knew all 50 states and
Oh, yeah.
capitals.
I'm gonna
I
struggle
know
with
all
that.
50
Yeah.
states, but like
Uh-huh.
the capitals of all 50 states,
Yeah.
I definitely don't know.
Some of them can be a little confusing, like geographic locations. Like I'm terrible at that, But I remember
Yeah.
taking the test and I did poorly. I did poorly on the test because it was just too overwhelming.
It's hard.
And then I remember in front of the whole class, Mrs. Matthews said, "Your sister Judy got 100% on her first try and she was brand new to the country. I can't believe you guys are sisters." And at that time, I didn't know I wanted to be a
God.
teacher, but that was
Yeah.
such a humiliating, heartbreaking moment. And I told myself, wow, how can an adult do this to a child? And I
Right.
said, if I ever become a teacher, I would never compare any of the siblings like that. And I would never do this to any of my students. And so that,
Yeah.
but she did make a huge impact because, it just made me
That's-
realize the power of an authority figure, power of a teacher.
Yeah. That's something, honestly, I have those same discussions with parents that I've had, of students that I've had, because I feel like some parents, it's hard for them because they, like, all parents want the best for their children, and they really just want their child to have a good life and to get a good education. But sometimes, when there are families with multiple children in them, comparisons happen. They just do. And for parents, sometimes it's really hard. And I'm not a parent yet myself, but like I mean I can empathize with that. Like, if you have one child that goes through school first and just it's a breeze for them and just is really everything's super easy for them, like I could see wanting that for your second child, but also like coming to the realization that every child is different and not everything is going to go the same way for every single kid going through school. And I mean, at one point I had a parent that was like in tears during conferences because their son had, I think like a high, not even a high C. I think he had a B minus in my English class, but like his older sibling got straight A's always. And, she was, this parent was devastated that like their child might be struggling, air
Wow.
quotes. And I had to like reassure her. I'm like, if this is, I'm like, you have to know that your son is trying so hard and you should be proud of how hard he's working. And I know you are, but I just want you to know that it's okay if both children don't get the same grades. That's okay. And it is hard. It's hard though, because you want the best for your kid, as a parent.
No, it's just one of those like skill sets like differ so drastically from kid to kid. You can't put like expectations and just force a child to like be a complete replicate of the child that came before
pressure.
them. Yeah, because I was gonna say even just like personally, like me and my brother are just two drastically different people. I excelled really well, did really well in school. That was where I thrived and everything. Went to college and all that. And my brother, he was a CB student. Just he was more extroverted than I am, but like didn't pay attention in school, just wanted to have fun.
He's very handy,
But
though.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
He is mechanically, like when it comes to cars and like he actually served in the military. He repaired Black Hawk helicopters.
Oh my gosh!
And
Wow.
he was a part of like special forces and
Yeah.
everything. So like he succeeded in the environment that like he was meant to succeed into. So like when you're going through school, like your child might not be like a straight A student, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to succeed. That doesn't mean that like
I was the same way.
Yeah.
My brother and I, like my brother and I both got A's and B's through school. I mean, math was always really hard for me. So I remember when I was in 8th grade, I got my first C in math on a report card, and I about had a panic attack. Like because I am very much a perfectionist, and it really bothered me. And like for any like tests I had to take, like I had to study. I had to try hard to get my A's and B's. My brother really didn't have to try all that hard. Yeah, he just kind of would glance over stuff and then get a B or an A, and like it didn't happen like that for me. So, I mean, it just is the way it is. And I think that's awful that your teachers did that to you.
Well, it just motivated me to find something.
Right, but I'm glad it motivated you.
Exactly.
Yeah, to be a better teacher for your students.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. Like when parents come to me and they're like, "Oh, my child needs a math tutor because they have an A minus," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I always encourage them, find something that they love doing and get whether it's like extra art classes or extra music classes, whatever they love doing, just nurture that. Don't only look for the weak areas. Find something that they're good at and just let them soar.
Yes, yes. And I get it. Again, nothing against any parent out there that just wants the best for their child, because I get it 100%. But like also take a deep breath. Your children are doing great. Be proud of yourself for being a good parent. Be proud of your children for working hard in school. And don't expect perfection.
Right.
Because we're human. Nobody is perfect. So it's okay if perfection is not happening. But I'm dying grass. Well, thank you so much for sharing those stories. I loved hearing those. But we will be right back, and we're going to play a fun little game with Nancy.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, we are back, and you're in for a treat. So
I'm excited. We have a fun little wheel.
Yeah, for one thing, we have, for those of you that can't see what we're doing, we have a color spinny wheel. It's like a prize wheel. But we're going to be playing Lesson Plan Roulette.
Ooh.
So each of us.
How much money is the ante?
$3 million.
Wow.
$3 million.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Go hard. Go big or go home.
I don't have pockets that
What
deep.
is it, right? Go big or go home?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, you can write me a check.
Okay, I will.
So each of us will hear 3 different lesson plan topics.
Okay.
I'm going to read them out. And then we're going to spin the wheel and see which one we are forced to give a 1-minute lesson on. And if it lands on, so our wheel has like A, B, C twice, but then if you land on D, it's dealer's choice. So
Ooh. I
get to pick.
Yes.
For you, or if it's my turn, I'll let Jordan pick for me. And then the E, we'll make E, the other person's choice. So if it's your turn, you get to pick which one you want to give it.
All right, that sounds fine.
Lesson on. So I'll be the guinea pig. I'll go first.
Oh, you're spinning?
So I'm going to spin in a second. My first I'm going to read the 3 topic ideas that I get to give a lesson on. So my first topic is how to befriend a pigeon.
Okay.
Okay, and my second topic is how to draw the perfect stick figure.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Yes.
It's tricky.
It's a tough one.
That's some advanced art right there. And then the third topic I could potentially give a lesson on is how to host a tea party for imaginary guests.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay.
Spin away.
All right, I'm spinning.
Round. Oh, that was a poor spin.
Weak
what was
spin.
that?
That was like when you missed the wheel on Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
All right, what do we got?
Round and round it goes. Where does it stop? Nobody. Oh, do not touch that.
Oh, I don't. You want me to stop it?
Okay, you can stop it now. What is that? B.
Is that B?
Option B?
All right, how to draw the perfect stick figure.
I better come out of this lesson the next Picasso.
All right, you got your imaginary paper and pencil ready? What was that?
Me getting my wrist ready.
Oh,
Loosening
okay.
up my... Here's my
A
paper.
swish and flick?
Yeah, it's a swish and flick.
Okay. Okay. All right, class. Welcome. Have you ever felt like you're walking down the sidewalk and you see this plain brick wall right in front of you? Yes.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Get out of here.
Well, he's
See,
one of
but
those.
that's so realistic. Yeah. You see this giant plain brick wall right in front of you.
Yes.
And you think to yourself, man, that could really use a stick figure on it.
What blank canvas?
What a
doesn't
blank
need
canvas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Question. What a blank canvas.
What a blank canvas.
So today, I'm going to teach you how to draw the absolute best, most perfect stick figure you've ever drawn in your entire life. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do it first so I can model to you how to draw a stick figure. And then we're going to do it together. Yes, Jordan?
My mom watches Project One Ray 2.
Oh my God. And then
You said model.
then you'll have the opportunity to practice on your own.
Oh.
See how I scaffolded that? That's a teaching term. Okay. So first class, get your paper. Make sure that it's nice and flat on your table. And then you're going to take your pencil in your dominant writing hand. So first, you're going to draw a perfect circle. Then, after you've drawn your circle, you're going to take your pencil and put it at the base of your circle.
What if it's
And
at the top of the circle?
Put it at the base and make one straight line down about 3 inches.
Oh.
Maybe.
What if it's
Depends
4
on how
inches?
tall you want your stick person to be, but about 3 inches. After you've drawn your stick person's body, he needs some arms and legs, right? Because you don't want a brick wall with just a circle and a stick on it, because that's...
Why wouldn't you want that?
I don't know. So...
Huh?
You just don't. So you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw 2 diagonal lines going upwards towards the circle-ish, but not directly into the circle, outwards, kind of.
So both on the left side?
They could be if the stick person's reaching for something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want your stick person to be doing like the YMCA, they could be doing this.
Oh.
Or this. Whatever direction that goes. Yeah, and then you're going to do the same thing with the legs, but they need to be going down away from the circle.
Oh. Can they go up?
If your legs are going up, you've gone the wrong way. Okay. Now, do you feel you have mastered drawing a stick figure?
Maybe. I think I need to be tested.
Okay, draw your stick figure.
Here's mine.
I guess I'll
In
draw
the
it
air.
in there.
Draw
Oh,
it
look
in
at
the air.
that. Oh, that's a perfect
Yay!
one.
Okay. See, Nancy's in her classroom, so she's like, let me just get out the, what are
clean
those
slate-
called? I have
Clean
those.
slate board.
The clean slate. Yeah,
my
the clean
gosh.
slate boards. Okay, Nancy, you get an A+. Okay, Jordan,
Do you have a sheet of paper? I didn't come
draw it
with.
in the air.
I didn't come with.
Air.
Okay. Triangle.
Okay.
I wanted him to have a triangle.
Okay,
head.
you can have a triangle head. I
gonna
didn't
say.
correct you.
I played Silent Hill as a kid, so
What does that mean?
Pyramid Head was the villain.
Oh, pyramid head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 4.5 inches down,
Sure, he could be tall.
one arm here,
Okay.
one arm straight out.
So
You said
he's,
it.
so he's like this?
Yeah, you said I could do whatever way I wanted,
Okay.
so that's what I want. And then 2 legs.
B+.
I got a B+. Yay!
All right. Congratulations. You made it through my lesson of how to draw a stick
Yay.
figure. Thank you.
You did such a great job.
Hope you enjoyed my class.
Yes, I came out Picasso.
You did. All right. Nancy, would you like to go next or do you want Jordan to go?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll try going
Okay.
next.
So
I'm nervous.
you're 3. Don't be. I just literally, I made that up completely off the top of my head. Okay. So your first topic potentially could be, why pineapple on pizza is both right and wrong. Your second topic could be the perfect high five, a scientific approach. And your third topic could be how to write the world's worst poem. Okay.
Ooh.
Are
it a
you
spin.
ready? Let's spin the wheel and
Oh,
see what we
no.
get. I feel like we need like some game show music
I
here.
know.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A,
Hey.
why pineapple on pizza
Ooh.
is both right
Okay.
and wrong.
Okay, boys and girls. Today's debate topic is why pineapple should or should not belong on a pizza. Why that could be a good topping or a bad topping. All right. So
Okay.
raise
Okay.
your hand if you think pineapple is a good topping on a pizza. Yay, Lauren. Okay. So Jordan, you're saying it's not a good topping on a pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am saying it is not a good topping. It never will be a good topping. You're all lying.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, you have to hold on to your reasons.
Oh.
So we're going to have a debate. So what we're going to do
Okay.
is we're going to have
Ooh.
Lauren give us a reason, like number one reason why the pineapple belongs on a pizza or why that's a good reason. And then we're going to have Jordan kind of have like a rebuttal and say why
Oh.
you think that is not a good idea. And then we'll
Mm.
have Jordan give his reason why it's a bad idea. And we'll just kind of bounce back and forth. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
so ready.
All right, Lauren, why do you think
Okay.
it belongs on a pizza?
So pineapple belongs on pizza.
Boo.
Jordan, time out.
Mr.
Sorry.
Chung, he booed me.
Okay, 10 bear bucks. No, just kidding.
No.
Ha. Okay, pineapple belongs on pizza because I like when I have pineapple and chorizo on my chicken.
Mhm.
So I feel like it would be a good, like, fresh addition to my pizza, and it would give like an interesting flavor.
Okay. Jordan, what do you say to that?
Pushes up his glasses.
Let me push up my glasses with
According
my
to my
index finger.
research.
Yeah.
According to the scientific method, we should be using facts, not feelings. And your whole reasoning for why pineapple is a good flavor on pizza is because of personal opinion, which is a logical fallacy. Therefore, it is wrong.
Well, Jordan, we're going to let me just clarify. When we're having a debate on why it belongs there or not, it could be an opinion too.
Oh.
This is how Lauren feels.
Oh, shut
No,
down.
I was shot down.
Also, fine, if you want a fact,
Yes.
okay, in the culinary world,
Oh no.
sweet
Oh no, I'm getting
Ooh.
schooled.
and savory flavors often complement each other.
Mhm.
Yes.
But Jordan,
Facts.
okay, so give me a reason why you think that's a bad topping.
I can't. Because it tastes terrible with anchovies.
Oh, well, you don't have to have anchovies on there. How about,
Oh,
like,
but I want
bacon?
anchovies on there.
Ooh.
Right, or ham.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want the anchovies on the pizza.
Oh, no, that's
Okay.
a no-no. Like,
Well,
Oh, that's
anchovies
what I
are
want.
disgusting, so
no.
Oh, this is where I die on my hill. Is if there's not enough room for the anchovies, I don't want it on my pizza.
Oh my gosh. Anchovies. What else do you put on an anchovy pizza?
I do anchovies, mushrooms, and sausage and pepper.
that's
Interesting.
too much.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Well, okay. All right, I feel like we're getting away from the debate,
that's
but I'm
true,
going to
that's
say
true.
this anyway. Anchovies are evil.
They are not evil.
They are evil little fish.
No. So you're saying that my side of the debate is wrong because anchovies are evil and
Yes.
pineapples are good?
And
That's how I
fact.
feel.
I was kidding.
And that's the fact?
That's a fact. Okay. I think I kind of like am losing my students here. Kind of went, and this is when I go, okay, time's up. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I think what Lauren said, I agree with what Lauren said too. Like if you
Oh.
have something really savory and salty, I think the sweetness and the tartness of the pineapple would just perfectly offset it. Like, but I agree, Jordan, like anchovies and pineapple do not belong together. So just
Mhm.
take the anchovies off.
No, but I want to
Replace it
keep
with
the
a pineapple.
anchovies.
All right.
Ugh.
I mean,
Okay, what grade do I get?
just because I agree with you, I'm going to be very biased and give you an A plus. Jordan, F for the anchovies.
An F. Oh no.
Not even a B,
Not
an
even-
F.
The sad
Straight
thing
to
is,
F.
I think there's
Very
gonna be a
black
lot
and
of
white.
people that are gonna give me an F on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm sorry. Like, I apologize if you like anchovies on your pizza, but I just don't
Ooh.
agree with you at all.
Do I have something
Right.
to throw at you?
No.
You
That
need
was
a
so
perfect
good.
balance.
Yes.
That was a great lesson.
Okay.
I don't know if you caught my face, but like when she started teaching, I was like so excited to be in Nancy's
Aw.
class for a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, Jordan.
Yes.
Your potential topics are
Okay.
the art of making the perfect PB&J sandwich,
Okay.
how to fake knowing the words to Bohemian Rhapsody, or the art of the perfect nap.
Okay. 2 of these I have a lot of practice in.
I know. Wait, which two? Because I feel like you have practice in all three.
I know the words to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, all right. But you're teaching someone how to fake it. Yeah, just Scaramouche. Okay. And we're spinning the wheel.
All right, round and round it goes. Where's it stop? Nobody knows.
Dun, 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 dun.
A?
All right, the art of making the perfect PB&J sandwich.
All right,
All right,
everybody.
let's hear it.
Are we ready for this?
I am ready.
All right, welcome to Mr. Woolley's Culinary Class 101. Yes, Mrs. Woolley.
I don't like you.
That's fine. I don't either. So,
Can you imagine a kid actually saying that?
I'm gonna be honest. If I was a teacher, that would be my response, and I don't either. So, let's
Well,
keep
we'll go
moving.
cry.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be like, okay, not to sidetrack you, I actually had a kid tell me that we were doing math today, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm just bored." And I was like, "I get it.
Yeah.
I get
my
it,
gosh.
dude." I'm like, long division's not the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm like, we gotta do it. And he's like, "Yeah, I know."
Oh.
Anyway, okay,
Okay.
back to your class.
Thank you for interrupting my class. So
Welcome to being a
fluidly.
teacher.
I know. This is why I'm not a teacher. This is why I'm a substitute. And this was the lesson plan that was given to me today. This is my
Okay.
first try, so yeah, not going hot. All right, so in today's lesson, we're going to be learning how to make the perfect PB&J. Yes, Mrs. Woolley.
What if I'm allergic to peanuts?
That's
Me
a great
too.
question.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, boy.
I'm not actually allergic to peanuts,
Me
but
neither.
I was just trying to. Okay. I was like, I'm just trying to give him a hard time.
Hazelnut.
Oh, I'm allergic
Okay,
to
so like
hazelnut.
Nutella. I'm
guess-
allergic to all tree nuts.
I guess when we get to the peanut part, don't put that on your sandwich.
Okay.
And if you can't inhale it, please leave the classroom now before we open the peanut butter jars.
So you're saying I can go home?
No, go to the other culinary class where they're cooking with anchovies today.
I'm allergic to anchovies. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, I don't know what to do. I'm failing as a teacher here.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
All right. So for all our non-peanut allergy people, we're going to gather our ingredients. Mrs. Woolley, what's the first ingredient? Wrong.
Crunchy
Bread.
peanut butter.
Definitely wrong. Smooth peanut butter.
Oh.
This is a constant debate in our house.
Oh.
All right. So we got our smooth peanut butter. Miss Nancy, what's the second ingredient?
Well, you would need the bread. Did we already have the bread?
Correct.
Yes.
The bread. Yay. Final third one is everybody.
Grape jelly.
Jelly. Ooh. Or strawberry?
Yes, and I was going to say I like strawberry.
Ooh.
You could use grape jelly.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just jelly. It's
Okay.
whatever jelly. Whatever.
Can I use jam?
You could use jam. You could
What
use
about
marmalade.
preserves?
You could use preserves.
Okay.
Whatever is your fancy. Now there's an optional secret ingredient that you can use. Do you know what it is?
Banana.
Marshmallow fluff.
Oh man, there's a lot more than I was thinking of.
He's like, wait, there are more secret ingredients.
Guys, my lesson's going way terrible. I did not think this through. I was thinking honey, and then she said banana. I'm like, ooh, banana sounds really good too.
Mhm.
And then you said marshmallow fluff.
Banana does.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with banana. Banana sounds good.
So,
But
yeah.
marshmallow fluff is good.
So we're gonna do my favorite thing here. Now it's just gonna be freeform jazz with this PB&J. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bread. You need 2 slices. Do not use the butts. You will die if you use the butt of the bread.
no, I have 1 butt.
Get rid of it.
Oh.
Throw it away.
Okay,
Throw it. Yeah,
I threw it.
gone.
I threw it.
Out of here. Did you get another one? Because right now you only have 1 piece of bread. There
Okay,
we go.
I got bread. I got bread.
Okay, put the bread on the table. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to get a butter knife, not a steak knife. I don't trust you with the steak knife.
Do we have those at school?
Yeah, there was butter knives in
Steak knives?
I don't my culinary class did have one in high school.
Oh, okay. You took a culinary class?
Yeah, I took culinary class.
How come you don't cook me dinner more?
I do, and you're always like, it's really good, and why don't you cook more? And I'm like,
You're like, this is my secret.
This is
I
my
just
secret.
pretend like I don't cook. No, he's actually really good at cooking.
you're gonna
Okay.
take
I
the
got my
knife.
butter knife.
You're just gonna shove it in the peanut butter jar. You're gonna swirl it around, get as much on there, and then you're gonna push it out onto the bread. Yep,
This-
that's
okay.
right. Scoop it. Yep.
Wait, hold on. I have to interrupt. Lauren, have you seen those TikToks where a teacher is demonstrating this lesson in class?
Yes.
And they're doing exactly what the students are doing. And when they're like, stab it, like, you didn't open the lid, you didn't do anything. So, like, they do exactly what the students say, and it becomes a disaster of a lesson.
So funny.
It's
Oh,
like this right
God.
now. We're like,
Yes. Shove it into the lid.
or shove it into the jar. I'm like, without opening the lid.
It's a lesson that's supposed to teach kids the like when
I
you're
know.
writing a paper, the importance of including as many
Every single
details.
step.
Yeah.
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 And as many steps as you can. And yeah, so like the teacher will actually do this.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm a 31-year-old man. I forgot I was teaching 5-year-olds. Please remove the lid.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
I took off the lid.
I am terrible. This is why I don't teach. So
Okay. Lid is gone.
all right, now we stab the peanut butter jar.
Okay, so on the side.
No, in the hole that we opened.
Okay.
Swirl it around in there. Get as much peanut butter on that knife and push it out onto the bread. The
Push what out?
peanut butter out with the knife. Get it out. Yes. Get it on the
Okay.
bread.
Okay.
And you can smear it around on the bread. Keep it on the bread, though.
Oh,
Don't put it
okay.
on the table. Keep it on the bread. Yes, smear it around. There we go. Okay. We can put the knife down. We're going to grab the Smucker's squeeze jelly that we all have.
Okay, we got the squeeze jelly.
Yeah, I thought that through. See?
We're a rich school.
And we're going to squeeze the jelly, as
We
much
have the
jelly as we
fancy
want,
jelly.
onto the bread. Onto the bread, everyone.
Which side?
No, he didn't say which bread.
Beside, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could put it on either bread, but just make sure.
It does matter.
Wait, why does it matter?
It
It
matters.
has to be spread perfectly onto the surface
Thank
of the
you.
bread.
Yes. So you put it on the bread that has nothing yet.
Right. Like an
Me too.
even spread. Because if you put
You
it on
have to
top
put
of the
peanut butter on one side and one side jelly.
Uh-huh.
and
Otherwise,
then-
you're not going to get a perfectly even coating.
Right?
I think we should be teaching this class, Lauren. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
He's like, I surrender.
Apparently, I'm just chaos incarnate because I'm putting it on the peanut butter
Ah.
because it's the squeeze one. I would agree if we were using jar jelly, but the squeeze one, you just squeeze it on. You make a little face.
I'm putting it on the other side.
All right. And then take the other bread, put it on top with the jelly. No, see, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. With the jelly side and the peanut butter side facing each other. I mean, you can make it like that. It doesn't matter. You can make it so the bread tops don't align. Okay, it's your sandwich. All right. Pick it up.
Now he's all
Now
nervous.
eat it. Yes. Just shove it in your face. All right.
I forgot I'm allergic to grapes.
Oh my God. Why didn't you tell me?
I have a gluten allergy.
Oh my God, people. I need to know these things.
Can you imagine
yeah.
being having to teach that lesson and being like, okay, we're going to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches today. And then having one kid be like, I'm allergic to peanut butter, jelly, and bread.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can watch.
I guess we're not doing this now.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do this anymore because we don't want anyone to be going into anaphylactic shock. So
that would not be fun. I don't want that.
No, it would not. Well, okay, what do I get, Mr. Woolley? What's my grade?
F.
What?
Because you were mean.
That is an unethical grade.
And he said he didn't care. When you first said
Yeah.
you didn't like him, he said he didn't care, but he's holding a grudge.
You did.
I am upset. You didn't like me.
I'm going to have my mom call the principal
Yeah.
on you.
Nancy gets a C because she was your accomplice. So,
See?
yeah.
See?
Because I am mad.
This was fun. I
Oh my
like
God, yeah, that was a lot of
lesson
fun.
plan roulette. That was
This is really
fun. Okay, out of all 3 lessons, I definitely think that Nancy's lesson was the most teachery
Yes.
of all of us.
No, yours was really good, Lauran.
No, mine was just very specific. But
You
I
used
don't know.
buzzwords like scaffolding.
I did. I
and
used
a
modeling.
buzzword. I used a single buzzword. Oh, no, I guess model. Okay.
Yeah, you used model. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, but that's just me being a nerd. All right, I give Nancy the A+ teacher win.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yay.
she
Thank you.
wins the $3 million lesson plan roulette pot.
Wow.
Oh, 3. Well, wouldn't it be
9 million.
Yeah.
Because I forgot you said
ante.
ante.
Yeah, the ante.
Congratulations, you won a fake $9 million.
I'm taking you all to Korea and Japan
Yay!
on a fake trip. That is to this game.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was so fun, Nancy.
It was.
Thank you
It was
so
so much
much for
fun.
coming on our
Oh,
show.
thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. So fun.
I loved it. Before we let you go to your awesome fair at your school, is there any fun projects you're working on that you would like to share with our audience?
Gosh, besides like the 10 million projects I have going on in my
Yeah.
classroom, not that, but we are kind of wrapping up the second part of our season 2 on the podcast, on the Schoolyard
Yeah.
podcast. So I'm really excited about that. So that's kind of like my big
Yeah.
project right now. We have an amazing lineup of guests on the show and really awesome topics. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, make sure you guys check out her podcast also. She has so many awesome episodes ready for you guys to listen to now. So check that out. And remember, you can find her everywhere at Fancy Nancy in 5th. And yeah, thank you for spending time with us today. We hope
Thank
to have you
you.
back.
Yep.
thank you. Bye.
Bye. We are back. I love Nancy.
Oh my God. That
Like,
was.
she's one of the best people that I have met on the internet.
I am just going to say, I do not agree with her anti-anchovy stance.
I do.
No, that is the wrong stance. Everybody. I don't care. I want the comments to be flooded with pro-anchovies. Put little fish emojis if you love anchovies, please.
Okay, and
Please
if
do
you
it so I can prove her wrong.
and if you don't like anchovies, put the little fishing emoji with like the guy fishing. Because we're catching all the anchovies and throwing them away.
Oh, okay. That took a trip to get
What?
there. I didn't know where you were going at first. I was like, why a fishing guy? That seems like pro
Fine,
anchovies.
put a pineapple in the comments.
I like that. Is there a pineapple
I
emoji?
don't know, maybe. If
There
not,
should be.
I don't know. If not, pick a fruit.
Pick a fruit. Okay, I want the debate finished in the comments.
Okay,
So
fish or fruit?
fish for pro anchovies, pineapple or any other fruit
For anti-anchovy.
for anti anchovies.
All
And
right.
if there are more fruit, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so disappointed. in all
If
of
there
you,
are more
please.
fruit,
Okay,
then
I-
on. If
what's
there
the
are-
bet? What's the bet?
If there are more fruit,
Yes,
you need to eat a pineapple pizza.
I will eat a pineapple pizza while wearing a pineapple costume and painting my face yellow.
Please, y'all. I need to see this.
If there are more
Please.
anchovies, you have to eat an anchovy pizza.
No.
You have to eat an anchovy pizza. No, you cannot back out. Anchovy pizza dressed up like a fish.
I might throw up.
And you have to paint your face blue.
Why blue?
Because a lot of fish are blue, and that's the first color I thought of. Like a grayish blue, steely blue.
All right, guys, this is a golden opportunity. Golden, like a pineapple.
No, do not listen to her. Do not listen to her propaganda. We all know that anchovies are the best. What are you talking about?
Listen, we all know that anchovies are evil, and we need to be on the side of pineapple.
I wish my phone wasn't recording because I would call my dad right now. I would call Monty Woolley, and he would tell you that anchovies are a great topping.
Not if I called him first and told him to tell you not to tell you that, because he would believe me and agree with me first.
I know he would do that too. That's the problem. Even though I know he's eaten anchovy pizzas. Where do you think I got it from? It's him.
All right, guys, it's time for this week's special bond, and it's submitted by Jake. Thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
A few years ago, I worked at a charter school in Strongsville teaching grades 4 through 12.
Hey, that's near us, I
think.
think.
That is near us. I taught the same group of kids for 3 years and watched them grow up. My 5th graders became 8th graders, about to head to high school. Many of them came into my class behind academically, struggling with social anxiety and not liking school. But by the time I left, they were completely different. Leaders in the classroom, social butterflies, and even giving tours to prospective students. Now, I hear from former coworkers that those same kids are thriving in high school, leading their classes and excelling. I think my sense of humor and connection with them played a big role. I made them laugh, helped them feel comfortable, and showed them that learning could be fun. It wasn't just about academics, it was about building relationships and helping them believe in themselves.
I love that.
I don't have words for
I
that.
know.
That is exactly my philosophy.
It just made me smile just hearing about like the student growth from like being the kids that he was like making that impression on to them turning around and like being such positive like role models in their school.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love that. And I feel that same way. I feel like when you have a sense of humor and you're able to joke around with your students and make learning enjoyable. I mean, like I said earlier, I had a kid literally tell me to my face that he was bored today.
Yeah.
I didn't get offended by it. Like, I don't make up, the standards I have to teach. So, I'm like, yeah, you know what, dude? I agree. I get that long division's not the most exciting thing in the world.
Like, take an objective look at it, too. Like, some of the topics, like, there are topics you have to teach.
They're just kind of dry.
They're just dry. Like, and there's nothing against them. It's not that they're not important, but, like, they're dry. Like, it's okay for the kid to be bored. And I think that's, that, like, as teachers, like, infusing.
When I was real with him about it, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Like, not everything's going to be the most exciting, but we still got to do it. And he was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to be humorous and have, like, a normal human conversation with kids.
Wait, are you telling me it's okay to be a person and just to be a human?
As a teacher?
Wow.
It is.
Wow.
I know. What a novel idea, right?
That's insane.
I know. But it sounds like you made a true impact on your students. And I know that is something that is going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. Even if you never hear from those kids again, somewhere down the line, those kids are going to be like, do you remember Mr. So-and-so's class? I loved blah, blah, blah. And they're going to talk about how you were as a teacher.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that, Jake.
Thanks,
I loved
Jake.
hearing your story. And if you have a story that you would like us to read on the podcast, to talk about a special bond that you had with your students, or if you are a student and had a special bond with your teachers, or just any relationship you had a special bond with somebody in school, we'd love to hear about it. Go ahead and send it over to hello@wearefinepod.com, and it might just get featured on one of the episodes of the podcast. Also, you can reach out to our human content family at Human Content Pods on Instagram and TikTok if you'd like to tell us about what you think of the show, talk about any guests that we might have on the show,
or
your anti-anchovy policies and agenda.
Pro-anti-anchovy is what I was going to say. No.
Yes, our
your propaganda is working.
Anchovy.
Your pro-anchovy propaganda. Send it, please.
I would love if you guys just sent our
I just want fan
our
art.
producers a bunch of like weird anchovy propaganda.
Please. Oh my gosh. Please. I want some like obey style posters of like just propaganda for pro anchovy
you know what
pizzas.
I want? I want an anchovy pointing the finger at me.
Yes.
Saying like, anchovies want you, and like on a poster.
Oh my gosh. You know what would be a funny one too?
What?
Okay, this is fan art I really want. I want a pineapple like given like a like kind of like this position, and on top it says only you can prevent anchovy pizzas.
Yes. I love all of those. Please, we want to see all your fan art. I love art. Obviously,
Yes.
we just talked
Oh my
about that with
God.
Nancy, so I would love to see your anti-anchovy, pro-pineapple art.
And one more time, where could they send all that fun fan art?
They can send all of that fun fan art to hello@wearefinepod.com or at...
We Are Fine Pod.
No,
Where? Mrs. Woolley in 5th?
Okay, yeah, you can send it to me.
Yeah.
You can send it to me or Human Content Pods on
I don't know
Instagram
why
and TikTok.
Oh, man, I'm terrible today. Guys,
Jordan just got back from a trip late
I
last
got back
night,
from a
got
work trip.
very little sleep.
I got back from a work trip last night at like 1 o'clock. So,
He's running on fumes
and then
here.
I had to be at work today. So yeah, we're making it through. We're fighting it for you. I love you.
We would love to see your fan art, so make sure you send it our way.
Yes, and if you want to check out the full YouTube of this, you can go to her YouTube page at Mrs. Woolley in 5th.
Yes, please do, because it's a hoot.
Is it a hoot?
It's a hoot and a half.
It's a hoot. Any hoot.
Any hoot.
Any hoot.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We are your hosts, Lauran and Jordan Woolley.
You cut me off. I was going to say that, and now I'm going to bring attention to it because I feel slighted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was my turn.
And I'm teasing you.
Listen, guys, if you've listened to the first few episodes of the show, you realize by now the end of the episode is just
Chaos.
a dumpster fire. Let me bring up Trash Bandicoot here. It's just a dumpster fire of us, butchering all of our credits. So It's a fun time, though, if you stick around to the end.
It's chaos.
All right, so let's try that again. Thanks for listening. We're your hosts, Lauran and Jordan Woolley.
And thank you to our special guest, Nancy Chung.
You can follow her at Fancy Nancy in 5th on Instagram and TikTok.
Our executive producers of this just dumpster fire of a show is Jordan Woolley, Lauran Woolley, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke.
Our editor is Andrew Sims.
Our engineer is Jason Portizo.
And our music is by Omer Benzvi.
To learn about our program disclaimer and ethics policy. And what else can you learn about?
Our submission, verification, and licensing terms.
Then go to wearefinepod.com or reach out to us at hello@wearefinepod.com with any questions or concerns.
This podcast discusses sensitive and challenging topics, including mental health and personal struggles. If you're in crisis or need someone to talk to, please reach out to the suicide hotline at 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You are not alone.
Do you want to know what We Are Fine is?
What is it?
It's a human content production. Oh.
Hey, you.
Hey.
I love that shirt you're wearing.
And you know what would go great with that shirt?
What?
A nice big virtual hug. And you can get that by hitting some of these buttons down here. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll give you a big old virtual hug.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Human content.